So a lot of people ask, why do we march for independence? If you are not someone that thinks about independence constantly, like many activists, if you're going about your day-to-day business and you see thousands of people marching together, you see whole families together with their kids, whether you think about independence a lot or not, independence marches force those who witness them to think about independence and think about the future of our country and the possibilities that independence may bring versus the status quo of staying in the UK. With the horrendous bias in the media, especially that of the BBC, they paint a very bad picture of independence, paint Scotland as a place that wouldn't survive at all. Heavily negative connotations from the British media, which is to be expected because they don't want to lose Scotland. But I think seeing everyday people, seeing your neighbours, seeing the people that work in the shops, people that work in the hospitals, people you see in your day-to-day life standing up and doing something about their country and standing up for independence, I think it says a lot. It's definitely very important because it forces people to think about it and it forces people to speak about it as well. Also, certainly at most of the marches for the past couple of years, there's a lovely wee group called Force for Good. I'll probably do a video on them when I can be arsed. So when you have a Force for Good turn up at independence marches, is great. It's really, really good because it shows how few people support the union versus how many people see the positivity and the prospects of an independent Scotland. So thank you, Force for Good. You really show people who are not associated with the independence movement at all, people who aren't interested, people who don't think about it. You do a really, really good job of showing the negative side of staying in the United Kingdom. Touching it very briefly because I don't want these videos to be that negative, but saying things like people with rainbow flags should get AIDS. Asking people if they have petrol bombs to throw at yes marchers.
I'd chill a lot of them, by the way. All the petrol bombs I'm looking for, to be honest. I'd chill a lot of them, by the way. All the petrol bombs I'm looking for, to be honest.
Shouting all sorts of abuse. It really shows the mentality of these sorts of people. And if I was someone that wasn't interested in independence, I would certainly listen to the positive, happy, fun-loving people that do march all across the country for independence. Do you really think they would be doing it if they didn't think it was good for their children, their grandchildren, future generations for hundreds of years in Scotland? If you do come across an independence march, Force for Good are particularly easy to find. There's maybe only about 15 of them. You'll see a guy in a horrendous Union flag shirt, Alistair McConaughey, and you can hear him before you see him because he is incapable of holding a microphone, so that's why he's like, you can't understand anything he's saying whatsoever. So yeah, it's really important to get out there because you could be marching and you could come across someone that really has a lot of doubts about independence. You can speak to them and you can put their mind at ease about whatever they're worried about: pensions, Trident, foreign wars, Westminster, Tories. And see, even if you live in a tiny wee town like Wick or Stonehaven or Gallashiels, somewhere like that, people going about their everyday lives see 20 people on the street demonstrating for independence, spending 3-4 hours in the street speaking to people. It makes people think, and people go home, people have conversations with their family about independence. That's half the battle with being an independence activist, is actually getting people to pose the question to themselves: is independence a good thing for Scotland? And it causes people to research, to look at the best options for Scotland and Scotland's future, which of course we believe is independence. And so in 2020, loads of groups around Scotland are going to be organising marches everywhere: Edinburgh, Glasgow, Stonehaven, Inverness, Kirkcaldy. There's multiple places, I can't list them. So don't take my word for it, go to an independence march and you'll see for yourselves. Make up your own mind, do your research, look at the potential of Scotland as an independent nation, and you'll finally understand why people spend so much of their free time campaigning for independence. And I really hope this has helped.